All right. I look like I'm attached at the head though. Okay, come on.
No.
Come on.
No.
These outtakes are going to be crazy work. 2, 1.
Hi, welcome to Cakes and Conversations.
Cakes and Conversations.
Oh.
All right. Season 1, episode 1.
Take 5.
Take 22.
I swear to God.
All right, come on.
Take 74.
All right, let's go. Okay, go.
I'm not singing.
Come on, sing it.
No.
You wrote it.
I didn't write anything.
You were over here like Cakes and Conversations.
First of all, I did not sound like that.
I know, that's why I gave you a chance to sing it yourself. Anyway, good afternoon, good morning, good evening.
Good whatever time you're watching this.
You're right. So it's Cakes and Conversations with Quality Ingredients Cooking. I'm Erica.
I'm Jordan.
And we are here to cook up something sweet. Today's episode is all about the recipe. The recipe for how we started, how the business started, where we got the name from, what you can expect from Cakes and Conversations. It's all things. You have to see our assistant behind the camera. It's all things cakes.
We need to put a camera on him too.
We do need to put a camera
just
on
in
him
the background.
for outtakes. He's gonna be like those people on Dish Network that are laughing the entire time. So this episode really is about the recipe for the business and how it came to be. And I think you've heard the story before. I quit my job working in hospice to be a stay-at-home mom for a little bit for Jonathan. And one of the first things that happened was, because I was going a little crazy, someone asked me to bake a pound cake. And so I called a family member and asked for our family recipe for a pound cake. And I was told that I could get margarine and any sugar, any flour, and make the cake, an imitation vanilla. That was what the ingredients were that I was given. It turned out that, you know, your arm can be seen in the camera.
He has to come around and fix it. He has to actually be able to look down and see what it's looking at. Come around. See. Is it the bowl? Is it just the bowl?
The bowl is.
So I got
75.
the ingredients. 75. I got the ingredients to make the cake and bake the cake, and it was horrible. And so I started to do a little bit of research, and I thought to myself, I never remember us using margarine when we made the cake. And I didn't remember us, I thought we used cake flour. I thought we sifted the flour. There were so many things that were different about the way that I was given the recipe and what I remembered. And so I went back to the drawing board and I got cake flour and real butter and real vanilla and baked the cake again, and it was perfect. And in the process of making the cake, while I was mixing, using a hand mixer, which I still prefer to use to today, it was almost like I heard the audible voice say, it really is about quality ingredients. And that was a metaphor for me at that time, not only for baking the pound cake, but also for life. And so when it was time for us to come up with a name for the business, I thought we will always use quality ingredients because we will always want the best for whatever it is that we produce. And so that's how the name was born. And we have continued that for that was in 2009 when I baked that cake. And for the last 14 years,
almost 15
years, that's what we've done. We've used quality ingredients. So one of the things that we want to do in this podcast is talk to other individuals about what it is that they use in their recipe for success. And whatever that is, it'll be from business owners to some of the venues that we work with, to some of the local leadership, some of our clients that we've had for almost 12 years. We're going to invite them to come in. And what we're going to do is have people come in, tell us what their favorite cake is, and then we're going to have a conversation while I decorate the cake. And then we're going to eat the cake at the end. And they're going to take the cake home to share with their friends and family. And we hope whatever it is that we share during the episode is going to sweeten your life in some way. So that's the goal of the podcast. I love a pun, so I live for one. So you'll hear several.
So many puns.
So many puns.
So many puns.
But always good fun and good measure. So today's episode is about the pound cake and how we got started, and that's going to be our goal. So we pulled all of those quality ingredients. We're going to go ahead and mix the cake and bake the cake, and then we'll be right back to show you the end results. See you in a little bit. Then what is your point and purpose in participating today? You're supposed to be participating.
I am participating.
Okay, so while I won't be making cakes during most of the episodes, and I have to make a cake during this episode, let's talk about some of the final questions that we're going to ask every guest. How about that? Are you ready?
Hit me.
What's your favorite curse word? Just joking. That won't be one of the questions. What's your most fond memory of cooking or baking with mom? I don't think it's supposed to take that long.
There's so many memories, you know.
Stop that.
There's just so many memories. Probably when we first started baking, when we were still only doing pound cakes, because it was
That's
just
a long time ago.
Yeah, well,
That's a long time ago.
because it was just pound cakes and it was just us in the little gray kitchen, and I could barely reach the counter, and John refused to come into the kitchen, and he was always running around with his little drumsticks. Yeah, back when it was so much easier. When we did less things. I didn't have to memorize a whole lot of recipes, because this one kind of comes ingrained in our DNA.
That part.
Well, I would ask you what your fondest memory baking with your mom is, but she doesn't bake.
Well, I mean, no, she doesn't.
No, she doesn't
She
bake.
doesn't. We used to bake peanut butter cup cookies together with a recipe that I got from her old boss. I was 8 years old when she worked for Kennedy King Child Development Center in Chicago. She was a 2-year-old classroom teacher, and her boss, Thelma Young, made the best peanut butter cookies. She made the best everything, really. I loved visiting with her, and so we used to use that recipe to bake cookies at home. I still use that recipe.
It is a good cookie recipe.
It is. It's older than me.
Well, your baking experiences didn't really come with your mother, though. They came from, like, your grandmother.
My grandmother was a box cake person. She was let me pause this for a second. She was a chocolate cake person where the cake is yellow And the frosting is chocolate.
The best version
And that's
of
what
chocolate
people
cake.
call
The
chocolate
best
cake.
version of chocolate cake. Don't let anyone convince you any different.
That's not
It is
true.
the best.
It's also not chocolate cake.
It's chocolate cake.
It's yellow cake with chocolate.
That's
frosting.
chocolate cake.
That really is not.
It's chocolate cake.
If
If you ever see me say I want chocolate cake, that is exactly what I'm talking about.
And if you see me and you say I want chocolate cake, I have a devil's food recipe that also has mocha filling with a chocolate ganache as the frosting, and that is chocolate cake.
Yellow cake chocolate frosting. Simple, easy, beautiful, cover girl. The best cake.
Anyway, my grandmother was a box cake person, and yeah, so
Not to say there's anything wrong with a box cake.
nope, not at all, especially not back then. But I think I learned how to bake from scratch from my father's mother, my paternal grandmother, and from Mrs. Young. That's where I got my great love of baking from scratch. And my godmother, her yeast rolls are infamous. And only one other, she's only taught 2 other people how to make them in my lifetime. And I wasn't one of them.
Slow and steady gets it.
That part. That's kind of how this business was built. As we were preparing to do the podcast, and at some point we'll drop in a couple of those pictures. While I was contemplating whether or not we were going to go ahead and start it, I found the pictures of the very first storage unit that we rented.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah, and we thought we were doing big things.
We
With
had
that storage
so
unit.
much glass.
It was, the whole thing was full of glass.
We had so much glassware when
Yep.
we first started.
We thought we were doing a big thing renting that storage unit. It was $156 a month, and it was the sign that we were going to grow this business into a giant, because we had that storage unit. And within 2 years, we had 5.
Yeah, I think I was gonna say we went from 0 to 100 very quickly.
Yeah, we had 5 storage units, and 2 of them were drive-ups that were 10 by 20s. So once we moved in here, we were able to get rid of 3 of them, and then we got rid of 1 more, and we're down to the last one.
You should be proud of us because we still somehow have more things. Just different things now.
Yeah. What else do you think adds to the recipe for our success?
I think that we still put in the effort. And we're always learning. I mean, I never take anything at face value. I mean, we're always finding new recipes or doing research and development. We do R&D days. We do research and development where we go through and find things that may have worked for other people or just random things that can translate into what we do. A lot of that tends to be, at least on your side, a lot of display wear.
A lot of extra.
We have a lot of extra. If you ever need extra, this is the person to come to for the extra-ness of it all.
And the excellence of it all.
Oh God. And we're not afraid to learn more. There's always a chance for growth in what we do. So we don't know everything.
Yep.
We know a lot of things, but we don't know everything. Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you. Whoa.
You trying to put yourself to sleep now? Anyway. All right.
You're here.
Back in.
There's
And counting in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.